In this video, the interactive teaching method of a town hall meeting will be presented. This activity helps students better understand the role that citizens can play in communicating their views to public officials. Students can also explore a public issue from multiple perspectives in order to better understand the complexity of the issue so that they may reach an informed view of their own. At a town hall meeting, individuals are offered time to make statements to elected officials or public representatives. If individuals do not take advantage of this opportunity, policymakers may make decisions that the individual is not in favor of, and an important opportunity to participate in one's democracy is lost. Many important skills can be strengthened through participation in this activity. Students practice forming a position based on available information, and they practice looking at an issue from a specific perspective. Other important skills that are practiced are the ability to articulate views, to listen to others, to evaluate positions, and reach compromises. Important dispositions that can be fostered are the recognition that many diverse perspectives can be held on the same issue, that people's views are often shaped by their position related to an issue, a willingness to listen to and consider diverse perspectives, civility, and an appreciation that public discourse can lead to deeper understanding of issues, and that policymaking often requires compromise, are other important dispositions that can be fostered. To conduct a town hall meeting, you must first select an issue of public concern where there will be diverse perspective. Students may need some background information on the issue. Therefore, it's a good idea to provide students with newspaper articles or reading materials about the issue. Before you begin the activity, students should understand the role of a town hall meeting in a democracy. If they don't already have this knowledge, it will be important to explain this function and how attendance at a town hall meeting is an important way for citizens to communicate with public officials. Next, you assign roles to the students. The assigned roles should represent individuals or groups in the community that would be concerned about the topic selected and who would have diverse opinions. For example, on the topic of building a new publicly funded highway, some of the views to be represented would be construction workers, environmentalists, people who live near the intended site, and so on. Small groups of students can be assigned the same role. The students can work together to identify the perspective of their role and prepare statements to express this view. Speakers will be allowed the same amount of time to speak, which is generally 3 minutes. A few students will be assigned to act as the public officials who will officiate the meeting. Their job will be to lead the meeting and listen carefully to the citizens' statements and ask questions for clarification. They will need to consider these views when they make a policy recommendation. If additional roles are needed, some students can be assigned to play members of the press. Their job would be to report on the meeting. Before the activity, allow time for students to prepare for the meeting based on the role they have been assigned. Students should read materials provided or conduct research about the topics selected for the town hall meeting. Students who have been assigned one of the roles should prepare statements to express their assigned perspective. Public officials should brainstorm policy proposals. They will need to present a proposal after the meeting has been concluded. If there are members of the press, these students should prepare a summary of the issues as part of the news story. When you are ready to begin the activity, you should proceed as follows. First, the public officials should be seated at the front of the room facing the audience. One of the officials should call the meeting to order, state the purpose of the meeting, and announce the order of speakers and the time limit for each speaker, which is typically 3 minutes. All of the students should be given an opportunity to deliver their prepared statement. Students may also be asked questions that they should be ready to answer. After all of the students have delivered their statements, the public officials should review the issues and the views expressed, and then consider a policy recommendation. Members of the press should take notes during the meeting. When the meeting is over, the press should prepare a written or oral summary of the event as a newscaster would. When the activity has concluded, the instructor may lead students in a discussion about the activity. Questions can be used to prompt the students to reflect on their learning, such as, did you personally agree with the perspective of the role you were assigned? Do you agree with the policy recommendations made? What has this taught you about the role citizens can play in the public policy making process? Or how important do you think it is for citizens to attend public meetings? Another way to follow up the activity is for students to conduct research on similar topics in society in order to explore the views and how policymakers are responding to the issue. This might encourage students to become active and express their opinion on the issue to public officials.